Time now for high school sports on the place for local sports. The Score, brought to you by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. By Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Also brought to you by Kennebec Eye Care for all your eye care needs. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists. Mid-State Machine. Looking for a new career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. And by PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it all. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Memorial Field in Skowhegan, where the sun is out, the temperature has warmed up, and it's beautiful baseball weather. I'm Mike Violet. Despite the ski cap on, AJ Knight is ready for baseball.
We haven't had luck with weather thus far, so
we have not, but it's cleared up, and we've got a good day for it today, and two really good ball clubs here in the KVAC, the Mount Blue Cougars and the Skowhegan Riverhawks. Both are 1-1. Skowhegan with a win last time out over Messalonski, 11-1. Lost to Hamden Academy in their opener by a score of 5-0. Mount Blue also 1-1. A win over Camden Hills, 12-0. Game called because of the mercy rule. Brody Walsh, who's going to pitch today, pitched a perfect game, a 5-inning perfect game. So he will start here today. We're going to see some good pitching. They lost to Hamden Academy 4-3.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. First of all, that actually answered a question because, ironically enough, I asked if it's still a perfect game and a shortened one, and then right on cue, I think the day before I asked that question, Brody had pitched and answered that question for me, luckily, because you were able to tell me. And I think it's interesting, too. You know, they always say in sports you can't do the equation, team beat X and we beat X, therefore, but both these teams have a common opponent two games into the season. Yeah,
that's Hamden Academy. The Broncos are obviously under John Perry really, really good this year, but these teams are really, really good as well. We saw Skowhegan in the exhibition game against Lawrence with Silas Tibbetts, who mowed him down, Noah McMahon, who came on and mowed him down. Bella Rose came in and mowed them down. Their pitching is really good, hitting a little spotty, and I think the same is true for Mount Blue. I've talked to a few people aside from Rob Dipner, their head coach, about the team, and the same thing holds true there. They've got some really good pitching, couple of really good pitchers led by Walsh. Hitting's been a little bit spotty, but, AJ, we're 2 games in.
Yeah, it's early. You know, what do they say? As the weather warms up, the ball flies farther?
Right. Hitting certainly is behind pitching at this point of the season, and when you factor in the cold weather, it's not a surprise that hitters are struggling so far. But some good hitters in this lineup. I'm waiting for Hunter McEwen to blast off. He's the DH today for Skowhegan. I'm waiting for him to really catch fire. We saw them hit the ball really well late against the Lawrence Bulldogs. Yeah. Mount Blue, you're looking at their shortstop, Hayden Dipner, the coach's son. How good is he? He's going to USM, a baseball factory in Division III, a team that's won the Division III World Series, a team that's in the Division III playoffs every year. You don't end up going on a scholarship to play baseball at USM unless you got some game.
No, that would stand to reason. I mean, that's all. You talk about a program, obviously, at USM who has won national championships. That's enough for me right there. And you talk about all the other accolades. That stands out as a good place, and designated by virtue, obviously, makes him a very good player.
The Mount Blue lineup today, Hayden Dipner will lead off and play shortstop. Batting second, playing in left field, is Ike Wrigley. Hitting third and playing center field is Jaden Meter. Batting cleanup, playing first base, Zach Coben. Hitting fifth, playing right field, Nolan Liso. Batting sixth and pitching today is Brody Walsh. He'll hit for himself. Batting seventh and catching is Hayden Durrell. Hitting eighth and playing at third base, Zach Poisson. And batting ninth, playing second base, is Gage DeCarolis. So the players, as you see, have been introduced. And now it's time for our national anthem.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem. I didn't catch the young woman's name. She's a student at Skowhegan High School, but a magnificent job. And on a day that's turned out to be partly sunny and in the 50s, we have got a terrific day for baseball. And out on the hill for the Skowhegan Riverhawks this afternoon, ready to begin his warm-up pitches, is Jackson Quinn. Quinn, the right-hander, throwing to Brendan Dunlap, the defense for Skowhegan. That's the battery. Quinn on the mound, Dunlap behind the plate, left to right in the outfield. Cooper Bardwell is in left. Chance Tibbetts is in center field. Cooper Bardwell is in, let's start again. Left to right in the outfield. Quincy McCray is in left. Chance Tibbetts is in center. Cooper Bardwell is in right field. And third to first around the infield, Silas Tibbetts is at third base. Tyler Annis, University of Maine bound, is at shortstop. Noah McMahon is at second base. And Jackson Height is at first base. And Skowhegan, of course, coached by longtime head coach Mike LeBlanc. And we are just about set for baseball here from Memorial Field in Skowhegan.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe you, when we talked about this game yesterday, as we knew we were going to be here when we were out at Messalonsky last night, it's the Battle of Route 2? Is that what it is?
Yes, these two towns connected by the major thoroughfare known as Route 2. It's referenced a lot on TV by the TV meteorologists who like to use it as a divider line between, say, snow and cold weather and not snow and cold weather. But Route 2 is what it is. It's the connector between these two places, among other ways to get to Skowhegan from Farmington and vice versa. And we are set for baseball here. And leading off is Hayden Dipner, the shortstop, who is as sound a defensive player as I have seen at that position. He is really, really good. Right-handed batter. And we are set to go. Jackson Quinn on top. And the first pitch of the ball game is downstairs for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Dipner. It's Dipner, Wrigley, and Meter to start it off here for Mount Blue. Cougars 1-1, Skowhegan 1-1. They play Dipner around to left in the outfield. He does have power. The 1-0 down and in. 2 balls, no strikes on Dipner.
I think you're seeing, early, right? So the pitcher's got to settle in, but I would like to consider that probably a little bit of respect to Dipner, right? Not challenging him.
Yeah, you got to be careful with him. The 2-0 is bounced at the plate foul, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Mount Blue with what I think are new unis this year. Pretty flashy stuff. to go along with, in some cases, the yellow cleats. Here's the wind. Here's the 2-1. It's up. 3 balls, 1 strike on Hayden Dipner.
When you have shoes like that, I always I think you apply NBA Jam rules. Automatically means you're an auto turbo. You run faster.
Okay, so what you're saying is I need to start wearing yellow shoes.
I think you'll move a little bit faster.
All right. Yeah, it's like when the white shoes came out in the 70s. That's what they said. The 3-1 downstairs, ball 4, lost him down and in. So a 5-pitch walk issued to Hayden Dipner. Lead man on for Mr. Ike Wrigley, left-handed batter. Ike's going to play in the Lobster Bowl this summer.
I thought what was interesting in the looking at the stats, obviously only 2 games in, I didn't see, again, Max Prep's a little hit or miss, but according to Max Preps, Mount Blue is not hit for any extra bases, so free pass is definitely also not super not great because his team doesn't really slug, but you don't want to put traffic on in front of him.
And Wrigley playing little baseball right off, squares to bunt, and takes it high, ball 1. That might give you an indication of how they're going right now. With a lead man on and your number 2 hitter up there, you're already playing little baseball looking for a run. Not a fan myself, but I'm not Rob Dipner. I hate bunting. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the first inning. You're giving away outs already. I think it's a defensive way to play baseball. But that's just me.
I love this getting some philosophy in from you.
1 ball, 1 strike. Chicks dig the long ball. Here's the set. Throw to first. Good move by Quinn. And Dipner, who can run, had to snap back over there. He's being held by Jackson Height. Got Jackson Quinn on the mound and Jackson Height holding the fort down at first base. 1-1. Here's the set by Height. Or check that by Quinn. Got my Jacksons messed up. Fouled over the backstop and out of play. And it's 1-2, and you would think the bunt would be off.
I got to be honest, I panicked a little bit there because I'm writing down the lineup, and then the catcher turned and looked right at me, and I was like, oh, no. That means I know where it's going.
There's a fence between you and the baseball.
Yeah, but it went straight up the – well, not up the chute, but –
1 ball, 2 strikes on Ike Wrigley. Left-handed batter, runner at first. There's a hole between first and second. Throw to first, and here – in high school, no limit to how many times you can go over to first. We don't have a pitch clock. It's good old-fashioned baseball, although I'm a huge fan of the pitch clock. The rest of it you can have. Here's the set by Quinn. The 1-2 is slapped to second. McMahon will go and get the lead man. The throw to first not nearly in time, and the shortstop, Annis, probably would have been better off to hold that ball, but no damage done by the misfire. And so they get Dipner on a fielder's choice. He's out 4-6 at second. And Wrigley on via the fielder's choice. So 1 out, 1 on. And here is Jaden Meter, the center fielder.
yeah, to your point, that was a nice dig by the first baseman. Really had to stretch for that, and that's the last thing you want is that air now moving into second anyway.
Meter, right-handed batter. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the first. That one's hit into center field. That is going to get down. A base hit, and hitting second and holding there is Wrigley. A solid single by Meter. First and second, 1 out. And Mount Blue's got the table set for the cleanup man, Zach Coben. Coben, right-handed batting first baseman. Solid line single.
That was interesting looking at Max Preps getting ready for this game. According to that, even though obviously Skowhegan's 1-1, did not attest any put any earned runs on the pitching staff. Right?
First pitch to Coben downstairs, ball 1. So a struggling first inning here for Jackson Quinn. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the stretch. The 1-0 inside, knocked him off the plate, and it is 2-0. Nolan Liso, the right fielder, is on deck. Mount Blue with a threat with 1 out. Here's the set by Quinn. The 2-0 fouled at the plate. That's a foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. A ball down. And just getting a piece of it there was Coben. So the count 2-1. Quinn gets the sign. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Fouled at the plate, and it's 2-2. So Coben now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right on top of that plate. Big right-handed batter with power. Runners lead. Here's the 2-2. Curveball is in there. Called strike 3. Big pitch by Jackson Quinn. Got him looking.
Just curious, as we introduce our video, how does that replay look on that pitch? Here you go. Can't totally see, obviously, where it landed, but you get most of the idea.
No, but I think what you can see is it stopped him dead in his tracks. He wasn't expecting a breaking ball. He got it. 2 outs. Here's Liso, the right fielder. That ball is hit into right. That's a base hit. It gets down, cut off by the right fielder. 1 run will score. The throw to the plate not in time. Sliding in is Wrigley. With the first run of the ball game, it's an RBI single for Liso, and Mount Blue leads 1-0.
Oh, that was a very loud one.
So an RBI single for Liso. 2 loud hits here in the inning. And here's Brody Walsh, the pitcher, with a chance to help himself. Walsh, right-handed batter, number 6 man in the lineup. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Quinn ready. First pitch wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Walsh. Good start for the Cougars. They get a run in the first inning with 2 ducks on the pond here, 2 outs. Quinn to the set. Breaking ball on the inside corner, just grabbed it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think really big, obviously, anytime you can score in the first is obviously great, but especially with the quality of pitching we expect to see between both these teams.
Yeah, that's why Rob Dipner bunted early on, or tried to. 1-1 is spiked foul off to the right and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on deck. Hayden Durrell hoping to hit. The Mount Blue catcher. Wearing 00. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Walsh. Quinn gets the sign. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball popped up a mile high. Center fielder coming in and makes the catch, and that is it. So all in all, Quinn limits the damage, finishes up with a pop-up to the center fielder, and that's it for Mount Blue in the inning. The Cougars get a run, couple of hits. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The score, Mount Blue 1, Skowhegan 0. This is high school baseball on The Score.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
For excavation in the greater Skowhegan Waterville area, call PJ Diggs. Septic systems installed, new or replacement. New driveways, foundation holes, full house lots. If it's dirt, they do it all. Need gravel, sand, or crushed aggregate for your project? Call PJ Diggs. They have all the materials you need ready for delivery. Spring is here, and it's time to start digging into your project. For a free quote, call PJ Diggs 431-4299. The Excavation Pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Family and veteran-owned. PJ Diggs, 431-4299. Mike Violet and AJ Knight. Andy Capwell is our videographer here this afternoon. Back here live at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, Skowhegan comes up down a run on a couple of hits here. And the Skowhegan lineup will go this way. Jackson Quinn leads off. He is pitching this afternoon, batting second baseman. He is Nate McMahon, hitting third shortstop, Tyler Annis. Batting cleanup, catching today, Brendan Dunlap. Hitting fifth, the DH, Hunter McEwen. He's hitting for Jackson Height, who's playing first base. Batting sixth, playing left field, Quincy McCrae. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, Cooper Bardwell. Hitting eighth and playing third base is Silas Tibbetts. Batting ninth and playing in center field, Chance Tibbetts. And they will face the serves today of Brody Walsh.
I mean, his season can only go downhill. He throws a perfect game to start. I mean,
Well, unless you throw another perfect
that's
game.
true. I mean, he could throw a 7-inning gem. They mercy ruled him, which I'm not take away. It's a perfect game, but that helps.
So all I can say about Walsh's first outing, he was perfect. There's nothing more to add. Here's the first pitch to Quinn. Fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Walsh throwing to his catcher, Hayden Durrell. 0-1 to Quinn. Fastball is lined to left, and there goes your perfect game. There will be no perfect game today for Brody Walsh.
The pressure's off now, right? You don't have to worry about it. It's going to be back his head. Oh, how many outs has it been?
So we've had some loud contact so far.
Yes.
Lead man on, here's Nate McMahon. McMahon, the second baseman. Good number 2 guy.
Heck of a bullpen arm, too.
He sure is. Fastball popped up. Play for the first baseman, ranging over Coben. Foul ground, and he makes the catch. 1 out.
Said too many nice things about him.
So McMahon fouls to first. Here's Tyler Annis, the Skowhegan shortstop, while Hayden Dipner, his opposite number at short, is headed south to USM. Tyler's headed north to the University of Maine at Orono. Doesn't have a scholarship, going to try to walk on. I think he's a preferred walk-on, which is, it's better to be preferred than not. So he's got a shot at getting a ride. Pitch is popped up again. And this time Coben won't have a play. That'll be out of play. And it's 0-1 on Annis.
Skowhegan batters clearly seeing something they like, and I think jumping the gun a little bit there as we saw potentially almost 2 foul outs in a row on back-to-back pitches.
1 strike here on McMahon. That one's wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brendan Dunlap, the Skowhegan catcher on deck, left-handed batter. 1-1. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Mount Blue. A lot of ones. They jammed him, or Walsh jammed him, and he popped it foul off to the right again, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, right in on the hands. Walsh is very quick to the plate. And again, another slightly built guy who really throws hard. We've seen a lot of that this year.
There's some good starters in
Tibbetts, McMahon, neither one of those guys you'd think threw hard, but they do.
They do.
Walsh in the dirt. Good stop there by the catcher, Durrell. That was a 58-footer and a fine stop there by Hayden Durrell. Count levels up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With Quinn at first. Decent lead. Fastball, that's hit into right center. That's a base hit. Ranging over is Meter to cut it off in right center and hold everybody to 1 base, but more loud contact. Quinn now advances to second. It's a single to right center for Annis, first and second, and 1 out for the cleanup man, Brendan Dunlap. So both of these pitchers getting hit here early.
And only 2 games in, Dunlap already has a homer on the season, so you know he brings a lot of power.
Here's the set by Walsh. First pitch to Dunlap is spiked foul off to the left and out of play. 0-1 on Brendan. Nice crowd on hand here at Memorial Field. Nice day to be outdoors.
Especially after the last week we had.
We haven't seen the sun literally in a week. It was blinding when it came out. The 0-1 upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1. Here's the set. Walsh with a pitch. Fastball is popped up foul yet again. And it's 1-2. They've got either a tennis match or a tennis practice going on behind us. So you always have to be leery here of foul balls over there.
They are wearing different color shirts. I think it's a match.
Fastball hit to left. Wrigley ranges over. Ike is there, makes the catch. And the runners retreat 2 outs as Dunlap flies to left. And here is Hunter McEwen.
Big out for Mount Blue, not only obviously being the second out, but obviously Dunlap a big bat in that Skowhegan lineup.
Hunter McEwen with tremendous power. I'm waiting for him to unload one down on the south side of Skowhegan. DH today, and he fouls it off to the right side. He's hitting for Jackson Height, the first baseman. Hunter also playing in the Lobster Bowl this summer, off the state championship that Skowhegan won in football this fall. One strike on the Skowhegan DH. Low, good stop there. For a minute, Durrell didn't know where it was. He gets it, throws to third. Oh, just sneaking in there is the lead runner on the play, Jackson Quinn. We'll give him a wild pitch on that. And Quinn at third. And now Annis at second, so a base hit could score two and give Skowhegan the lead.
Aggressive. I was just going to say aggressive base running from Skowhegan
Yep.
because that didn't get far away.
It did not. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner for a strike, 1-2. McEwen took a long look at it. And Walsh is one strike away from getting out of this. Brody going from the full windup with runners on second and third. Gets the sign. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-2. On deck is McCray, if it gets that far. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1-0 Mount Blue. Walsh. The pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes. They say he went, and so a big strikeout with 2 runners in scoring position, and they end up being stranded. So no runs for Mount Blue, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 big LOBs. 1 done here in Skowhegan. The score, Mount Blue 1, Riverhawks nothing. This is high school baseball on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Enjoy the warmth and style of a Regency gas stove or fireplace from Somerset Stone & Stove. We've got an amazing selection to choose from with one that will look great in your home. Get your Regency gas stove or fireplace installed at the lowest price. And don't forget, we also offer financing options on all our Regency stoves. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove, 1078 Kennedy Memorial Drive in Oakland. Online at somersetstoneandstove.com.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at beautiful Sunsplash Memorial Field in Skowhegan as we go to the second inning. And Jackson Quinn, after giving up a run on a couple of hits in the first inning, will face the bottom of the order here for Mount Blue. Hayden Durrell, Zach Poisson, and Gage DeCarolis. 7, 8, and 9.
How about the responses by both those pitchers in just the first inning? You saw them both get into a little bit of trouble, and then when they needed to, get out with minimal damage.
Minimal damage for sure. Could have been a lot worse for both of them.
Lucky enough to see, like Skowhegan, like you said in the pregame against Lawrence, with big expectations for both of those teams while we're talking about Lawrence. But I think you can see just the quality of talent across both these teams. Expect them to be primed for deep runs once we get around to postseason time.
All right, here's Hayden Durrell ready to lead it off. Mount Blue catcher, number 7 hitter against Jackson Quinn. 1-0 Cougars. First pitch of the inning by Quinn. Downstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Red Sox losing today 6-2 to Baltimore. It's that game 1 of the series that hurt the most. Chris Sale blowing a 4-0 lead. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Masataka Yoshida had another home run today. That's number 4 for him. That was about the only bright spot. So the Sox back at 500, 13-13. Here's the 1-1. Curveball hit high to center field. Tibbetts comes in, long run, and Chance on the fly makes the catch. 1 out. So 1 up, 1 gone, and here is Zach Poisson, the third baseman. Zach, right-handed batter. For a minute, I thought that was his cell phone in his back pocket.
I did too, actually. I'm glad you said it because I thought the same thing.
I was going to say, come on. I mean, I like my phone, but not that much. But it's some sort of shin guard or something like that, or an elbow guard or something, ball one.
That hand cover that I've seen become more popular, right? That kind of makes it look like you got an oven mitt on.
Is that what it is? It's the oven mitt? Okay, I wasn't sure. That's
my
a
guess.
curveball in there for a strike. That was a good bender there from Quinn.
You know baseball more than me. I'm just
It
trying
doesn't
to offer
look like it to me,
intelligent
but, I don't know. It doesn't look like an oven mitt to me. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another bender in there for a strike. 2 straight curves, 2 straight strikes, 1 and 2. Quinn hopping out in front.
2 good pitches.
Jackson backs off. Quinn ready. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball slapped right by him. He didn't try to stop it. It rolls into center field. Well placed. It's a base hit for Payson. He is a 1-out base runner.
That one, I think he just defensive swing and just goes right up the gut.
So 1-out base runner for Gage DeCarolis, the second baseman. Number 9 hitter on deck is the leadoff man, Hayden Dipner. Quinn to the stretch with 1 out. Pitches a curve. He squares to bunt, tipped it foul at the plate. 0-1.
What about bunting in the second? Can I ask that?
I'm not a fan of the bunt. I mean, I know you think you're going to have a close game and all of that. This is your number 9 guy. Unless you absolutely positively have to bunt, I don't. Everybody has a different philosophy on life and on bunting in life, and I am a non-bunter kind of guy.
I like it. Going for the win all the time. Go big or go home. Jackson's got a nice move, by the way, as we just saw there.
He's got a really good move. It's a pretty good lead over there, too. Curveball fooled him, but it stays inside. And it's 1-1 on DeCarolis. 1-0 Mount Blue. They got a run in the first. Here it is. That is hit foul down the right field line, and it bounces up against the fence. Not a whole lot of foul room down the first base / right field line. There's more down the left field line.
You get a ton from base to base working behind home plate here. Obviously, the fence really cuts in. You get closer to the outfield.
It's 311 down the left field line. 400 to dead center. 277. If you jack it, they got him at first. The throw to second, they've got him in a rundown. Got to get that throw. They don't. Oof. And that was a situation there. The first baseman threw that ball too soon.
Big miss there.
Yep.
Skowhegan absolutely
had him picked off.
Dead to right.
And so it ends up being no play at all. Runner ends up back where he started. So Quinn with a terrific move over there, but Skowhegan couldn't cash it in. Count is 1-2 on the hitter, DeCarolis. Runner's going. Pitch is inside corner for a strike. The throw is there in plenty of time.
What a throw.
An absolute bomb thrown to second base by Brendan Dunlap, and that is 2 outs. Is it not? That's the third out?
Was it a strike? Was it a strike him out, throw him out?
Was it? Okay. All right, he called him out. It was strike 3, so it was. Good catch there, AJ. A strike him out, throw him out. So everybody on the field right me wrong. So in the second inning for Mount Blue, they get no runs, 1 hit, no errors other than by me, and nobody left on as it turns out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Mount Blue 1, Skowhegan, Mount Blue 1. The errors continue. Skowhegan nothing. Back after this on The Score.
Do you have itchy, irritated, or burning eyes? You may be experiencing dry eye syndrome. Contact Kennebec Eye Care and let them help find a solution to the problem. When we concentrate on activities like reading, driving, and computers, we blink less, which reduces the amount of tears on the surface of the eye. An exam with Kennebec Eye Care will identify what's causing the issue and how to best treat it. Schedule an appointment today by calling 872-2797. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists, 216 Main Street in Waterville, and online at KennebecEyeCare.com.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here at Memorial Field in Skowhegan after that strike 'em out, throw 'em out, double play. We move along to the Skowhegan second, McCray, Bardwell, and Tibbetts. 6, 7, and 8.
When you throw them out attempting to steal, makes that blown pickle opportunity a little. It hurts a lot less.
Yep, it hurts not at all. They took care of business. Great throw by Dunlap down to second base, and Brody Walsh ready to start his second inning of work. One start after throwing a perfect game. He lost that on the first hitter today when Jackson Quinn lined a single into left. Here is McCray, speedy left fielder with a wicked open stance, as you can see. Take strike one. 0-1 on Quincy, another member of the Skowhegan state title football team. Key member of that team. That is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Today's game, as always, brought to you by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group, the dealer with no dock fees in Waterville, where cars and trucks always cost you less. That one hit on a line. Center fielder Meter ranges over and stabs it 1 out. Online at cmautogroup.com. So McCray lines to center. Here's Cooper Bardwell. So I'm in the dugout before the game getting the lineups, and Bardwell turns to me and says, "Hey, can you announce that my birthday is coming up in 3 days?" I didn't recognize him. And I said, "Well, just who are you?" He goes, "I'm Cooper Bardwell." I said, "Well, okay then." And I said, "When's your birthday?" He said, 3 days. I said, "Well, it's 3 days away, but you know what? We aren't going to be doing a Skowhegan game between now and then, so I will give you a shout out." So Cooper Bardwell, we getting a pitching change?
Yeah. Yes, we do. That's 30. Walsh is 24.
Wow. I have no idea. I did not see Walsh appear to be injured or anything like that.
I was listening to your glorious Cooper Bardwell
story.
story.
Which was going really well, and then I noticed the commotion at the mound. We'll get back to Cooper in a second. And so Walsh is done for the day, and Aiden Wilkins is in there. So I can't wait to hear what the reasoning is behind that. So Wilkins is on, and out is Walsh after going 1 1/3.
Yeah.
Getting 1 out here on the line drive to center field, and he's pulled. So anyway, to finish the story on Cooper Bardwell, Cooper Bardwell's 18th birthday is coming up in 3 days, and I want the world to know.
Did he ask you to pass along any recommendations for gifts?
No, he did not. I asked him where the party was. He said, in my garage.
That's good.
And I said I would be happy to show up and chaperone, but keep in mind, I will snitch to Coach LeBlanc and your parents if there's any shenanigans going on.
Well, we gave him a shout-out. He owes us a highlight. I think that's fair.
I want a burger or a hot dog or something. Bardwell hits one into right center field, and back there making the play is Meter. So Jaden's been busy. That was more of a fly ball. So 2 up and 2 out. Brody Walsh out of the ball game. Here's Tibbetts. Silas, his first at-bat of the day.
Does it say Walsh now obviously out. That's the first out without him. Both outfields getting a little bit of a warm-up in here early.
Yep. First pitch to Silas Tibbetts is ball one. Silas playing third. His brother Chance on deck. 2 out, strike two. Excuse me, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The other question I was going to ask you is how well do you know these umpires? Because when we did that scrimmage, I feel like that umpire was taking cues from your calls.
I don't recognize either one of these gentlemen. Curveball in there for a strike.
Now, Silas tried to duck down to shrink the batter's box there. That one didn't work.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Silas Tibbetts. 2 outs, nobody on. Mount Blue leads 1-0. Breaking ball is wide.
No, they called him.
I looked down because the umpire apparently was going to call that a ball when he apparently called it a strike. So he is called out. That's it. Nothing across for Skowhegan in the second inning. 2 done the score. Mount Blue 1 and Skowhegan nothing. This is high school baseball, audio and video on The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
All right, Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. 1-0 Mount Blue as we go to the third, and I have received the answer to the question of why would they pull Brody Walsh? Because they've got 3 games in 3 days. Pitchers don't grow on trees, so they had a pitch count for him, so that's why he was pulled. So Brody Walsh pulled for no other reason than they want to be able to pitch him again this week. Aiden Wilkins, a young right-hander who they really like, has come on. Now, though, we go to the third. And the top of the order, Hayden Dipner. Dipner walked his first time. Line right to the shortstop, Annis, 1 out.
You know, the first inning for both teams went about the same. Mount Blue pushed one across, but both got traffic on the bases. And then since then, it's kind of been, seems like both pitchers, we've had the change. So we'll see how Wilkins goes forward. He got the 2 outs there in the bottom of the second. Seems like both pitchers, though, really just calmly or got back into the rhythm, and it's just been business as usual.
1 out for Ike Wrigley. Reached on a fielder's choice. His first time bounced to second. They got the lead man. Ike takes a strike. That rhymes.
He doesn't care for that rhyme while we're
No, he does
discussing
not.
it.
That's a rhyme he would prefer not to hear. The 0-1 to Ike. Hit that ball hard, but right to the second baseman again. McMahon gobbles, throws the first 2 outs.
It figures. My last observation was the outfield was getting a lot of work for both teams, so now, of course, they're just hitting them to the infielders.
2 outs. Here's Jaden Meter. Meter single to right his first time. Right-handed batting, center fielder, quarterback on the football team. Curve for a strike.
I tell you, in the scrimmage, because all of our other baseball games to this point have been rained out, the scrimmage, we really talked about the fastball a lot. There's a lot of power. Breaking stuff really good from both pitching staffs today.
Yeah, and Quinn's really settled down. That's hit high into the air, right field. Drifting over is Mr. Cooper Bardwell, the birthday boy in 3 days. He squeezes it for the out, and talk about a rockin' chair third inning for Jackson Quinn. Nothing across for Mount Blue. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Mount Blue 1, Skowhegan nothing. It's high school baseball on The Score.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
For excavation in the greater Skowhegan Waterville area, call PJ Diggs. Septic systems installed, new or replacement. New driveways, foundation holes, full house lots. If it's dirt, they do it all. Need gravel, sand, or crushed aggregate for your project? Call PJ Diggs. They have all the materials you need ready for delivery. Spring is here, and it's time to start digging into your project. For a free quote, call PJ Diggs 431-4299. The Excavation Pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Family and veteran-owned. PJ Diggs, 431-4299. Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at beautiful Memorial Field in Skowhegan as we go to the bottom of the third inning. This will be the first full inning of work here for Aiden Wilkins, who came on last inning, got the last 2 outs after they pulled Brody Walsh, who was on a pitch count today, in order to save the arm to pitch later this week, in a week where they've got 3 games in 3 days with all the postponements and such. So Wilkins' first full inning, and the first man he will face is the only man who hasn't batted yet today, Chance Tibbetts, and then the top of the order, Quinn and McMahon. So 9-1-2.
Yeah, because I believe, no, it was Brewer. I was going to say that was one of the games we had, but we had Brewer and Mesalonsky. That was rescheduled. Yeah. That's Friday.
It's turned out to be a very comfortable day.
Cannot complain.
And if you had told me that this morning when I walked out of the house at 4:45, no way. Ground ball up the middle, into center, a base hit, solid single. More solid contact, this time out of the 9-hole, and Tibbetts leads the inning off with a single.
I like Tibbetts' approach. It was very clearly hit them where they ain't.
Well, he went right with that ball, which was on the outside part of the plate, and slashed it into center. Time called as Durrell is out to talk to Wilkins. And here's Quinn. Jackson led the game off with a single. Made it all the way to third and died there. Quinn pitching today.
Yeah, the first inning, Mount Blue pushed one across. Skowhegan got him to second and third, and then Hunter McCune was called out on strikes.
The set by Wilkins. Pitch is outside. I'm going to give this umpire time now. I think I've figured out his deal.
He's very deliberate.
1 ball, no strikes on Quinn. Tibbetts at first. That's low. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes.
Darrell went out to have a discussion with Wilkins, and so all of a sudden now really
steps off, bluffs him back.
Really nibbling on the outside of the strike zone these first 2 pitches.
2-0. That's upstairs, 3-0. On deck is McMahon. Quinn with the count his way, 3-0. Let's see if he's in take mode all the way here. Nope, another step off. Tibbetts can run. Inside corner, and that is not ball 4. Jackson Quinn threw the bat away because he thought it was inside.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was inside too, but that's just me.
Here's a look at it again real quick. There's the pitch.
Quinn discarded the bat and was already onto the batting glove, and he pops it up. Left center field. Left fielder peels off, and Meter makes the catch. Wrigley let him have it. And so Quinn goes from the ecstasy of thinking that he had drawn a walk to the agony of flying out to left.
That one was up there for a minute, but yeah, he took his elbow pad off and everything.
1 out here is Noah McMahon. Noah fouled to the first baseman. His first time, he's got to run on first. And 1 out. A run on 3 hits for Mount Blue. No runs, 3 hits for Skowhegan. Outside. Ball 1 to McMahon.
Wilkins really wants that outside corner. That's, I think, in this inning alone, I think the 4th pitch that has been out there.
Spiked foul. Off to the right and out of play.
Coach LeBlanc giving it to his team, says they don't square their shoulders, they're not going to hit anything today.
1 ball, 1 strike. Wilkins to the stretch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on deck, Tyler Annis. Wilkins the sign from Durrell. Here it is. Curve over his head. Whew. 2-2.
Wilkins sending a message on that one.
Well, it was a curveball.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting a tizzy over it.
Didn't go.
You want to send a message, you don't do it with a curveball. 2-2. That one squirts out of there, and it's 3-2. So we've thrown 2 straight curves, neither of them very effective. And now the count is full.
My piece of advice for McMahon is wait a second before you assume it's a walk.
Pitch is hit into right center. That should get down. It does. It is going to roll out there. Meter back there cuts it off. They're going to put the stop sign on late. Tibbetts was wheeling around third. First they had the green light, then the red light went up, and they hold him at third base. And so it's second and third, 1 out on a ringing double by McMahon. And here is Tyler Annis.
For what it's worth, I thought it was a pretty good throw at home. I thought there was a chance. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that was pretty on line. He was going to be out of the batter's box area, but I thought it was a pretty good one.
And they're going to intentionally walk Tyler Annis. So they're loaded for Brendan Dunlap, who has a chance to put a crooked number on the board here. Bases loaded and 1 out for the left-handed hitting catcher who flied to left his first time. Big spot in this game. 1 out in the third, and Dunlap with the bases full of Riverhawks. Inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
A bold choice to walk to the cleanup guy.
That is upstairs, ball 2. Well, you pick your poison, but I kind of agree with you. Here's the set. It does set up a double play, which could conceivably get you out of the inning.
That's
but
true.
We're a long way off from that. 2 balls, no strikes. Wilkins stepped off, now back on. Here it is, outside corner for a strike, right on the black. Good pitch, 2-1. Dunlap again flied to left his first time. Has good power. Got a home run this year. The set by Wilkins. Up and in, and it's 3-1. Nowhere to put him. On deck is Hunter McEwen. 3 balls, 1 strike.
A lot of power in the batting box right now and on deck.
Right. Here's the set by Wilkins. The 3-1 pitch is outside. Lost him. We got a tie ball game. Coming in to score is Tibbetts. Give Dunlap the easiest RBI of his life. Everybody moves up a base. Still loaded. And here is McEwen, who struck out his first time. So a 1-1 ball game. And McEwen with a chance to give Skowhegan the lead.
Real chance to put a crooked number. Those joining us late, Walsh started this one on a pitch count, so they're actually Mount Blues on their second pitcher already of the day.
Yeah, they've got 3 games in 3 days, so they need to save their pitching. Wilkins with the bases loaded, a run in. Still loaded, 1 out, up the middle, center field, base hit. 1-1 will score. They're going to send him. And at first, he was told to stop. Then they decided to send him. Then he stopped on his own, went back to third base. That was a zany play. So what it does is score 1 run. As coming in to score is McMahon. Station-to-station baseball continues. Give McEwen an RBI. He's on at first. Dunlap at second. Annis at third. And here's Quincy McCray, Skowhegan, with a 2-1 lead. Outside, ball 1.
By the way, good. I think that was a good read by the bait because I think he would have been out. He got lucky there because they were slow at hesitation because I think they should have had him dead to right as he was stuck halfway down the baseline.
That was a late stop. 1 ball, no strikes on Quincy McCray. McCray takes a strike. He lined to center his first time. 1-1 to Quincy, left fielder for Skowhegan. Riverhawks on top here, 2-1. The set by Wilkins. Popped up. It's out of play.
I had a chance at that one. All this equipment.
I didn't see you move.
All this equipment. What are you going to do if I take the whole table with me?
True. It's kind of valuable. We kind of need it.
I expect this to be a good game, too. That would be really devastating.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, a run in. That one is high, and it's hit to right field. Right field arranging over. Lisa with the catch, more than deep enough for the runner to score. And coming in to score is Annis. It is a sac fly for McCray to right field, and a 3-1 Skowhegan lead. Coming in to score Annis. Everybody else holds. So first and second, 2 outs for birthday boy in 3 days, Cooper Bardwell. Bardwell fly to center his first time.
Here you go, Cooper. Your birthday's coming up. There's 2 on.
High ball 1. 8th man to bat in the inning.
That's pretty good.
3 have scored. The set. Inside. 2-0. On deck is Tibbetts. Silas Tibbetts.
You wonder again, we talked about bunting with strategy. You wonder again, that intentional walk. Right call, second guessing.
The 2-0 is in there for a strike. Borderline strike call. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Bardwell thought the same. No, I don't think there's ever been a batter who's like, good call, that was a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike. The set by Wilkins. Upstairs, 3-1. On deck, as I said, Tibbetts. The set. The 3-1 fouled over the screen over our heads, and it's 3-2. Cooper Bardwell with a 3-2 count on him. Durrell to the set. Full count pitch is, did it hit him? It did. It hit him. Bardwell hit by a pitch. He's on. And the 9th man to bat in the inning, Silas Tibbetts, is up. Silas called out on strikes his first time.
Bases loaded again for the Riverhawks.
Silas playing third. High ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Tibbetts. Chance Tibbetts started all of this with a single to left his first time. Time called. Durrell wants to talk to his pitcher.
I believe this is the second mound meeting between these two because I think they had the discussion when I think McMahon got up.
Yep.
McMahon or Annis.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the set. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Big rip there. 1-1.
Meeting obviously paid off.
1 ball, 1 strike. 3 in, 3 on. Spiked foul down the right field side. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Wilkins, if he can get out of it here, would minimize the damage to just 3. The set. Curveball is outside. I wait.
I was smart. That's a big bender. That one actually caught.
I wait.
Just was outside the zone.
2-2. Here it is. Boy, a late swing, almost an afterthought, and he fouled it off to the right.
He almost golfed that one.
So it stays 2-2 on Silas Tibbetts. Play him straight up in the outfield. Here's the set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Big hit.
So, all in all, it could have been a whole lot worse as Wilkins gets the K there on Tibbetts and strands the bases loaded. 3 runs in the inning for Skowhegan. 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 hits. So a run on 3 hits, couple of walks. There were no errors, and 3 big runners left on base. We have finished 3 full. The score, Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. This is high school baseball on Sports Radio 1160, WSKW, The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Enjoy the warmth and style of a Regency gas stove or fireplace from Somerset Stone & Stove. We've got an amazing selection to choose from, with one that will look great in your home. Get your Regency gas stove or fireplace installed at the lowest price. And don't forget, we also offer financing options on all our Regency stoves. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove, 1078 Kennedy Memorial Drive in Oakland. Online at somersetstoneandstove.com.
We have finished 3 here at Memorial Field in Skowhegan, and checking the line score brought to you by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Skowhegan 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Mount Blue a run, 3 hits, and no errors. Jackson Quinn pitching with a 3-1 lead now, has retired 3, 6, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And he will face Zach Coben, who he got looking his first time.
Yeah, after that first inning, he seemed to really settle into a groove, and obviously 7 straight.
Curveball and a beauty for a strike. Of course, Jackson Quinn, the son of Garrett Quinn, who's now on Mike LeBlanc's coaching staff. Pitcher here at Skowhegan High School in the 90s. Closer at the University of Maine, where he broke records after Mike LeBlanc, his coach, broke records as a closer. Drafted by the Red Sox, pitched in the Red Sox system for several years, then was a college pitching coach, I forget, somewhere in Virginia, a D1 school, and then decided to come home. He's back home in Skowhegan, now on Mike LeBlanc's staff. He was a great high school pitcher and a great college pitcher.
What an absolute asset to have.
Oh, man.
On a coaching staff.
There's a ton of wisdom there from Garrett Quinn.
You think that helps Belarus, who right now we're potentially in line to see today?
Yeah. He's there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. It helps everybody on the staff. Garrett had great stuff. Not overwhelmingly. I mean, he didn't throw 100 or anything. I think by the time he got to Maine, he was low 90s. But he went to Maine and closed games out regularly for the Black Bears back when they were really good back in the day. 1 up, 1 out. Here's Liso. And again, a late strike call, strike 1. Nolan, an RBI single for the only Mount Blue run his first time. The 0-1 bounced in front. That hit his bat afterwards, but he was still on the box, so it's a strike.
How about the sound off the bat? That was a weird one with the metal bats. It sounded like I have one of these metal water bottles. It sounds like if I smack it against a table.
0-2. Skowhegan with a 3-1 lead here, top of the 4th. Wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Those were great days back when Garrett Quinn was here, Corey Height was here, who's Jackson Height's dad. Some darn good baseball played at this field. Jarvis boys catching back then, a bouncer back to the mound, and an easy play for Quinn, 2 outs.
Defensive swing. Quinn has really settled in, and it's funny. We talked about it when we saw Skowhegan and Lawrence scrimmage. We saw Tibbetts pitch that day, who was superb. The Skowhegan pitching staff was excellent that day. It had 17 strikeouts and 21 outs. Yeah, and we talked about it and said that we found out Tibbetts was the number 2. We said, well, whoever the number 1 has got to be pretty darn good, because Tibbetts is pretty good. Quinn's showing today he's pretty darn good.
Right. Here's Walsh, who stayed in the game as DH. Takes a curve for a strike. Brody fly to center, or more like a pop to center. Strike 1 on Walsh, who started on the mound, now just DHing. The 0-1. Skowhegan's got pitching, that's for sure. Fouled off. When you look at Quinn, Tibbetts, McMahon, as starters, and Belarus coming in. We saw him against Lawrence closing. It seems like that's his role.
Yeah.
Man, he was throwing gas. Fouled off the catcher Dunlap.
Well, that was what was so nuts about that day. We talked, Tibbetts had a really nice array of pitches I thought really worked the strike zone well. But we talked about how surprisingly quick his fastball was, and then it felt like McMahon came in and threw a little harder, and then Belarus came in and threw even harder.
Yeah, it was like Goose Gossage coming into a game in 1978. Big hulking figure throwing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I don't think Belarus was throwing 100, but I'll bet he was throwing 90. 0-2 reached out and touched into center field, and coming in Tibbetts. Nice play, and another easy inning. That's 3, 6, 9, 10 in a row. Retired by Jackson Quinn. Nothing across for Mount Blue. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. It's high school baseball on the score.
Do you have itchy, irritated, or burning eyes? You may be experiencing dry eye syndrome. Contact Kennebec Eye Care and let them help find a solution to the problem. When we concentrate on activities like reading, driving, and computers, we blink less, which reduces the amount of tears on the surface of the eye. An exam with Kennebec Eye Care will identify what's causing the issue and how to best treat it. Schedule an appointment today by calling 872-2797. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists, 216 Main Street in Waterville, and online at kennebeceyecare.com.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, videographer Andy Capwell back here live at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. Turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous afternoon here. And so far, so good. If you're a Skowhegan baseball player or a Skowhegan baseball fan, your team leading 3-1, and your pitcher, Jackson Heights, mowing them down. And for the Riverhawks here, who batted around last inning, getting 3 runs on 3 hits, Chance Tibbetts will do it all over again. Tibbetts singled to left his first time. That was last inning, leading off the third. Partly cloudy. 54 degrees now in Skowhegan. Feels like summer to me.
Tell you what, it feels way different than it did last night in Messalonska.
Boy, I'm telling you, last night I was frigid. I had my heat on full blast all the way home.
You and me both. Went home and put fleece on.
Ball 1 to Tibbetts. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilkins goes from the stretch. That one's popped up. Should be a play. Third baseman out, and nice play by Zach Poisson going away from the baseball, but he angled it right and made the catch. 1 out. That's a foul ball, so a foul out to third. 1 up, 1 out. Here's Jackson Quinn. Quinn has singled and flied to left. And we are going to get another pitching change. So again, Wilkins must have been up against the numbers there as far as what they had for a pitch count for him.
So he went 3, right? No. Yes. Because he came in after the first out in the second. So
yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. Don't rush me, okay?
Sorry. No, it's not. I did my math wrong.
So into pitch now, Nolan Liso. He'll come in from right.
He did 2. He pitched 2 innings.
So our third pitcher of the day, and I know what you're going to tell me, Jeff, but go ahead. It's Lesso. Okay. Every time I try that, I blow it. Yeah, it's Nolan Lesso. Because I think his grandfather came over and nailed me on that last year or the year before. So Grandpa Lesso and the whole family, my humble and sincere apologies. So Nolan Lesso is on. He comes in from right field, and I'm going to spell his name like that from now on with 2 S's, which is how they should have done it in the first place. What were they thinking when he came over on the boat? Put another S in there so we all know. So Lesso's on, big right-hander. And he throws hard, trying to keep this game right here and hoping that the Cougar bats come to life. I am assuming that Wilkins went out to right.
Is there a tall beanpole of a kid out there? I can't tell. He's a wiry kid.
He is. So Lesso comes on with 1 out here in the Skowhegan 4th. And Quinn will be the first batter he faces. Jackson single to left and fly to left. And has given up a run on 3 hits through the first 4. Sutton is now in left field.
We need a spotter at all our games.
Well, that's my buddy Jeff Wrigley, who's Ike's father.
I'm saying if he wants a job, we could use a spotter at all our games.
I think he's got enough jobs.
Ah, dang it.
Strike 1 to Quinn. Lesso's second pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. McMahon is on deck. Lesso from the stretch. Fastball bounced to short. Right there, Dipner bobbles, and he won't make the play. That second bobble is the one that cost him. E6, you don't see that much from Dipner, who is usually sure-handed and really good at shortstop. E6, Quinn is on. And here's McMahon. Noah today has fouled to first, doubled and scored. Three to 1 Skowhegan here in the bottom of the 4th. Both teams 1-1. Fastball for a strike. 1 strike on McMahon.
I think less so. I would be surprised if we see a pitch count for him because I believe he started their second game after Walsh, I believe.
That one is hit to left center field. Meter back, and he makes the catch. That ball was given a ride, but Jaden Meter flagged it down fairly easily out there in center field. 2 outs.
To quote someone I work with, that was a long, loud out.
It was. So 2 outs. And here's Annis. Tyler today has singled and walked and scored. Right-handed batting shortstop against Nolan Lesso. Strike called. Yeah, and you got a couple of center fielders in Meter and Tibbetts who can go get him out there too. You have to really hit it hard in a gap somewhere to get one by them. That's a ball.
Especially, like you said, with the not a ton of left-handers, it gets way deeper on that half of the field.
Yep. The left center field area, it's a wallop here. Fastball, 1 hop, and trying to olay it there at third was Poisson, and he did not. And it goes into left field. That's a base hit. That ball was scalded.
Yeah, it was.
By Tyler Annis.
He smoked that one.
He really did. So Quinn moves up to second after reaching on the error. Annis on at first with a base hit to left. And here's Dunlap. Brendan today has flied to left and walked with the bases loaded for an RBI. 2 outs here. Lesso. Down and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter McEwen on deck.
This is kind of what we saw against Lawrence for Skowhegan. They really started slow, and then once they started hitting a groove, it seemed like the whole lineup figured it out.
Yeah, it's contagious sometimes. That's high and wide. 2-0. Sometimes it happens like that. You struggle, and then a couple of hits get strung together, and then all of a sudden, ball's flying all over the place. Here's the 2-0. That ball is hit to center field. Meter, though, back with a beat on it. And Jaden makes the catch, and that is it. Dunlap flies to center field, so no damage done there in the fourth inning for Skowhegan. They go with just one hit, no runs, one hit, one error, and 2 runners left on. We have finished 4. Skowhegan still in the lead. The Riverhawks 3. Mount Blue 1. It's high school baseball on Sports Radio 1160. WSKW, The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. We have advanced to the 5th inning here. And Jackson Height, after a shaky first inning, has really settled down and pitched some outstanding baseball. Has given up just a run on 3 hits here in this ball game. And we go to the 5th inning now, and it will be 7-8-9 for Mount Blue. Hayden Durrell, the catcher, Zach Poisson, the third baseman, and Gage DeCarolis, the second baseman, against Jackson Quinn. Quinn, right-hander, not particularly big, but quicker than you'd think, and an excellent breaking ball today. Pitches downstairs for ball 1. I said he had retired 10 in a row. I had forgotten that he had given up a single to Poisson, and then there was that strike him out, throw him out double play. That's a strike. So actually, it's 9 of his last 10 that he has retired.
I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. That's a fancy double play right there, and I'm willing to just say, yeah, he got them all.
I'm not, because it's in the scorebook. Ground ball to short, tough play. Annis scoops, fires, and a great pick at the other end by Jackson Height. That's a Kennebec Eye Care highlight of the game by Jackson Height. Kennebec Eye Care for all your eye care needs. Kennebec Eye Care, your site specialist. Great play on the back end by Height after Annis made a scoop and a low throw. 1 out.
There you go.
Put a star beside that one. Here's Poisson. Poisson singled and then got caught stealing. Strike 1. 1 of 3 hits surrendered by Quinn today.
That first thing you said, good. The second thing you said, bad. And he got caught in a pickle, too.
He got back. Strike 2, as right now Quinn pouring coals. Yeah, he got caught in a rundown, got back, as Skowhegan kind of botched that. Then the strike him out, throw him out, double play. Great peg by Dunlap. Bouncer, tough play, let it go foul, does Dunlap, and he does. And Quinn hustles over and makes sure it stays that way. That's the play to make, because you can't make a play on that.
No.
That would have been a sure base hit. So Poisson back in the box with a 2-strike count. On deck to Carolus.
You talked in pregame about what you'd heard about Mount Blue is that the bats are kind of lagging behind. They had a good first inning. It just seems like just Quinn is settled in and they've got nothing.
Yep. Wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They had 2 hits in the first inning, got that run on 2 hits, and they got the scratch hit by Poisson in the second. Nothing since. 10 of the last 11 Mount Blue batters retired by Quinn. The 1-2. Low and away, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Low and away, 3-2. So all of a sudden, it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Even though you're facing the number 8 hitter, last thing Quinn was to do, don't give him free traffic.
No, you don't want to start walking people after you've been mowing them down here in a 3-1 game. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball. He just got a piece of that and fouled it off and has a life still. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. It's high ball 4. He lost him. Curveball kind of squirted up there. So Poisson is a one-out base runner, and here is Gage DeCarolis. Called out on strikes his first time.
Quinn knew it, too. As soon as he let it go, he knew he was upset with himself. Just did not break the way he wanted it to.
So a one-out base runner, tying run at the plate. DeCarolis, number 9 batter. First pitch by Quinn. High curveball, bunted, foul. Strike 1. I will make no editorial comment.
I just said obviously that's the what the command was, like go bunt, but what a tough one to try and bunt against. It's high and the bend.
You let that one go by if you're going to bunt.
Yeah.
1 strike on DeCarolis. Throw to first. Quinn's got a heck of a move. Runner back in time.
Credit Mount Blue. They haven't got picked off yet. They did get, again. Poisson got out of a pickle. He got caught in a rundown, but man, there are going to be some base runners that are going to take a seat back in the dugout with Quinn this year.
Quinn again to first, and again the runner back there. And what you don't want to do here is get too preoccupied with this base runner. 1 strike on the number 9 man, Gage DeCarolis. The bunt, they get it down. Right back to Quinn. The play is to first. He makes it there. Runner, as hustling over to third base, was Tibbetts to cover after he charged, and the runner hangs at second. So a sacrifice bunt. DeCarolis is out 1-3. Getting to second is Poisson, but there's 2 outs now. And here's the top of the order, Dipner. Dipner walked and lined to short.
And I like the play from Quinn. You talk about not getting preoccupied with the base runner at first. I like Quinn not forcing it to second.
No reason to go there. Curveball is hit right to Annis at shortstop, inning over. Hit pretty hard, kind of a humpback line drive as he jammed him a little bit, but an easy line drive for Annis at shortstop. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on the walk, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Score stays. Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. It's high school baseball on the score.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
For excavation in the greater Skowhegan Waterville area, call PJ Diggs. Septic systems installed, new or replacement. New driveways, foundation holes, full house lots. If it's dirt, they do it all. Need gravel, sand, or crushed aggregate for your project? Call PJ Diggs. They have all the materials you need ready for delivery. Spring is here, and it's time to start digging into your project. For a free quote, call PJ Diggs 431-4299. The Excavation Pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Family and veteran-owned. PJ Diggs, 431-4299. Our next broadcast of local sports is coming up on Saturday. We're back to Thomas College. Men's lacrosse, that is, at Thomas College Saturday afternoon at 1:30. Thomas taking on the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts at 1:30. I will have the call there. And then Sunday, we've got softball. Thomas and Northern Vermont in a double dip, 1 and 3. On the radio at AM 1160 WSKW, live streamed audio on the Score app and at 1160thescore.com, and audio and video streaming on our new website, centralmainsports.com, which is up and rolling now, and always at 1160thescore.com. And one note as Hunter McEwen steps in against Lesso. And the first pitch by Nolan is a strike. All of our games from now on archived at centralmainsports.com. So if we do a game, after that game, I'm not sure what the time frame breakdown is, but eventually...
Next day for sure.
Next day, the game will be archived at centralmainsports.com, as this one will be. That's a ball. McEwen has struck out, and he... Did he walk last time?
No, he got a hit.
Yeah, all right.
He struck out the first time.
He had an RBI single last time.
Yeah.
That one is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, so just for reminder's sake, we did the Central Maine Sports got up a little late after we started the spring season, but the two Messalonsky games we did do are still archived up there, even though the website wasn't up yet.
They are. That's a breaking ball for a strike. So if you want to see Messalonsky score a lot of goals in lacrosse, you can go to the archives, the vault of last night's game, where I said score 26 times, 22 of them for Messalonsky.
That was quick math. I'm impressed.
Here's the 2-2 outside to McEwen. Hunter will start things off here, then Quincy McCrae and Cooper Bardwell. So 3-2 on McEwen, DHing today, with Tibbetts playing third, his normal spot. The pitch is a called strike. Strike three called. And McEwen is fanned looking by Nolan Lesso. And here's Quincy McCrae. McCrae is lined to center and had a sacrifice fly to right. One out in the fifth. Quincy, right-handed batting, left fielder. High fly ball, center field, pretty well hit. Meter, though, plenty of time to get back there, has a beat on it, makes the catch, 2 outs.
I mean, that one drifted a little bit there at the end, but it's 400 feet to dead center, so you got to absolutely just hit the stuffing out of the ball.
You got to hit it right on the screws. 2 outs, and here's the birthday boy in 3 days, Cooper Bardwell.
I think you've over-delivered on that promise.
I want to go to the party, man.
Yeah,
he's flied to center, been hit by a pitch.
Well, good news. He can go to the archive and see that you gave him a lot of shout-outs.
He can. That's right, at centralmainsports.com, breaking ball for a strike. To prove that I did give him the proper shout-out, he can go to the archives, 100%. The vault at centralmainsports.com. Another breaking ball, another strike. So Lesso getting the job done in relief, and you got to credit the Messalonsky pitchers. They've kept the game right here and given their hitters a chance. That's high.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Mount Blue, obviously, with the situation of the 3 games in 3 days that they had to, manage their pitching staff this way, because I was really excited seeing the 2 starters, but, early schedule, weather's going to be part of it.
The 1-2. High fly ball to left. Left fielder Wrigley is there, and that is the inning. So another easy inning for a pitcher. This time it's Nolan Lesso. Nothing across for Skowhegan in the fifth. We have finished 5. The score at the end of 5. Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. It's high school baseball on the score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Enjoy the warmth and style of a Regency gas stove or fireplace from Somerset Stone & Stove. We've got an amazing selection to choose from, with one that will look great in your home. Get your Regency gas stove or fireplace installed at the lowest price. And don't forget, we also offer financing options on all our Regency stoves. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove, 1078 Kennedy Memorial Drive in Oakland. Online at somersetstoneandstove.com.
Well, if you are into the NFL draft and you missed our NFL draft preview this morning of the defense, or our NFL draft preview of the offense yesterday with Coney head football coach and noted draft geek BL Lippert. You can find it at the Vault on Twitter. That's where I keep my audio vault. Go to Twitter at 1160 The Score on Twitter, and you can find both of our NFL Draft Preview shows, our segments with BL Lippert, and all the audio from all of our conversations with all guests on Opening Drive at 1160 The Score. Here is Jackson Quinn, and the first pitch is a bouncer, and it gets by height.
That one just seemed to surprise him. He didn't. It like bounced right over his glove, but not to any extreme height or reach.
Well, you give him a base hit on that, even though it ought to be an error. You got to make that play. That ball bounced right up, and it was almost at eye high. But it is a base hit for Wrigley, so Wrigley is on. And here's Jaden Meter. Meter has singled and fly to center. Also, my conversation with Dave Peck, the Maine Sportscaster of the Year, now known as Disgusted Dave Peck. Great conversation. His disgust was dripping out of your listening or viewing device this morning talking about the Celtics. I mean, Disgusted Dave Peck is my favorite Dave Peck.
Yeah, so fun fact about that, not a Celtics fan.
There's nothing fun about what happened last night.
No, but Trae Young is absolutely one of my most despised players. He is so overrated.
He's terrible, but last night, great throw to first. And Height put the tag on, and they almost got him. Yeah, he is a despicable character, but man, last night he had 38 points, 13 rebounds, 14 points in the last 4 minutes plus or 5 minutes plus.
Yeah.
And the Celtics, all the blame goes on them because they absolutely stopped playing in the last 6 minutes of the game, got outscored 23-8 down the stretch, and 14 of those 23 were by Trae Young. So Dave Peck, that was the subject of his disgust, the Celtics.
I would agree with that.
That's tweeted out, too, at 1160 The Score on Twitter. Breaking ball inside. 3-1 count now on Meter. And should he reach, he'd be the tying runner. Tying run.
Let me just state out loud while we're discussing this. One of my projects will be to have your vault also have a audio vault eventually on the website.
Yep, so all of that could be there as well. Fly ball to right and a play out there for our friend Cooper Bardwell, who's going to turn 18 in 3 days, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I heard he had a birthday coming up.
Yeah, so all the audio will be on the vault, on the website as well, in the vault. Again, the new website, centralmainsports.com. Kind of a soft opening, if you will, but it's there. This game is being streamed there right now. It'll be in the vault tomorrow at some point, as will all of our games. Here's Lesso. Or check that, it's Coben. Zach Coben has been called out and has struck out swinging. He's 0 for 2.
They got him that time.
So they play with fire, and Ike Wrigley is picked off by Jackson Quinn. He is out 3-1.
I told you it's something.
That's a bad one. I think his father may make him walk home after that.
Jackson Quinn has a great move, and Ike Wrigley, as unfortunate as is not going to be the only one, in my opinion, this year that gets picked off.
No, I think he'll pick off more this year. So 2 outs, nobody on, and a bouncer foul by Coben. So Coben was up there with a runner at first. Now he's up there with the bases clean, 2 outs, and a 1-1 count.
That's just how it's been since the first inning. Quinn has really settled in, and credit Skowhegan as well. We thought this was going to be a close game with the just exquisite pitching on both sides, and now looking back, I'll wait till after this pitch.
1-1. Pitch to Coben. Low and away all the way to the backstop, 2-1.
Looking back, Mount Blue's going to, I think, kick themselves because now you had someone picked off and they got a caught stealing in a game that's just 2 runs right now.
Yeah, and that caught stealing the back end of a strike him out, throw him out.
Yeah. 2
outs, nobody on. 2-1 count to Coben. 3-1. Skowhegan in the lead. Swing and a miss. Count level 2-2. If it gets that far, Lesso on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Quinn. Outside. Brenton Dunlap held it there, gave the umpire a look.
Let's credit the ump, too. That doesn't get done enough. He's been really consistent. The pitchers have really wanted that outside corner, and he's been very consistent on what he's called.
3-2. Quinn steps off. Gets the one he wants. Here's the windup and the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So, a leadoff single, kind of a gift single, then a pickoff, a huge play in the inning. Only 3 batters coming to the plate. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. The score, Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. This is high school baseball on the score.
Do you have itchy, irritated, or burning eyes? You may be experiencing dry eye syndrome. Contact Kennebec Eye Care and let them help find a solution to the problem. When we concentrate on activities like reading, driving, and computers, we blink less, which reduces the amount of tears on the surface of the eye. An exam with Kennebec Eye Care will identify what's causing the issue and how to best treat it. Schedule an appointment today by calling 872-2797. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists, 216 Main Street in Waterville, and online at kennebeceyecare.com.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our videographer Andy Capwell back here live at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. And to the bullpen, Mount Blue goes again, the 4th pitcher of the day, and this is Hayden Dipner, who will come in from shortstop. Again, Mount Blue with a 3-game week, or 3 games in 3 days. So they're trying to save their pitching staff, and the collaborative effort's been really good today. The entire staff, as we go to the 6th inning, has only given up 3 runs on 6 hits. So they've done a nice job. And now Dipner, the shortstop, comes into pitch. So Poisson moves over to short. And now playing third base. For Mount Blue, Brody Wall. So Wall started on the mound. Went to the outfield, now playing third. Skowhegan looking for some insurance. The Tibbetts boys, 8-9, then Quinn. So 8-9-1. Dipner, the son of the coach, right-hander.
I heard he's going to play baseball somewhere really good next year.
Yeah, USM.
That's pretty good.
Got a pinch hitter here.
Yes.
For Skowhegan. It's Owen Filardo. Filardo hits for Silas Tibbetts. Owen, right-handed batter with some power. So Mike LeBlanc going to the bench. Filardo right on the plate. Facing Dipner. Swing and a miss. He was going for the downs there. Strike 1.
He was.
Nothing in 1 on Owen Filardo, the pinch hitter. Check swing in there anyway, nothing in 2. So Dipner not messing around. Oh and 2. Chance Tibbetts on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was ice cream there for Hayden Dipner. 1 up, 1 out. Here's Chance Tibbetts. Chance has singled and scored, and he is fouled out to third on a good play by Poisson down the line. Chance, left-handed batter.
Chance started off the big third inning for him, for Skowhegan.
Shows bunt, pops it foul. Play for Andy Capwell, but no.
I think it would have blocked that at least.
Just a little to his left. Andy does go to his left well, the scouting report on him.
Hey, speaking of scouting report, can we talk about the fact that we talked last night Andy wore shorts in Meso when it was freezing. Today, pants out today.
Well, today you can get, I mean, it's comfortably warm today. Shortstop, ground ball to second, throw to first in time, 2 outs. I mean, if I had known the weather was going to turn to this, I might have worn shorts, but I'm comfortable with the longs on today.
The breeze
he gets a pass for today's clothing.
No. The breeze has been steady but not extreme.
Yep, 2 outs. Here's Quinn. Jackson, aside from pitching a gem today, has singled, flied to left, and reached on an error. Skowhegan leadoff man. Facing Dipner. He's gotten the first 2, busts him up and in, and that got a piece. So Quinn hit by a pitch.
That was scary. That one was up high. Take a look at that one again. Oof.
Yeah. That moved him off the plate pretty quick.
A little bit.
So 2 outs, runner at first, and here is Noah McMahon. Noah today has fouled to first, singled and scored, and flied to center. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. 2 outs, a runner at first. Pitch is a strike. 0-1 on Noah McMahon. Looking ahead to the 7th inning for Mount Blue, 5, 6, and 7. Lesso, Walsh, and Durrell are scheduled. Here's the set. Lined and by the glove of the second baseman. Diving was DeCarolis into right field, and that is a base hit for McMahon, his second of the game. Well placed. Going to second is Quinn. Skowhegan first and second. With 2 outs, here's Annis, who has been the best hitter on the field today. He has 2 hits in 3 at-bats and a walk. He has scored a run and has been on all 3 times. 2 outs and 2 on. Dipner trying to keep this a 2-run game. Here it is. That's a ball. Ball 1 on Tyler, headed to the University of Maine. Dunlap on deck.
USM and UMaine Orono play each other often or no?
They do not.
Just curious.
They used to from time to time, but they don't anymore. That's a called strike. And I think actually one of the reasons why might be is that for years, USM was dominant in D3, and they were beating the University of Maine, and I'm not sure they were big fans of it. Now the field has kind of leveled off again. Maine has come back. The Black Bears are having a great year this year, and USM not as great a year, although it wouldn't surprise me come playoff time. They always find a way.
I hate that. Coming from Utah, you have obviously the big 2 schools are Utah, BYU, and then you have Utah State and
Right.
Weber State, a big one that obviously Damian Lillard made famous. And BYU will play Utah State. Utah refuses to play any of the Mountain West teams in football.
Fouled off.
And then
2-2.
They created something they called the Beehive Classic, because Utah's called the Beehive State, where those 4 schools would play each other. They'd go down to Salt Lake City, and they'd just pair up, and they'd rotate. Utah, BYU ended it. Didn't want to play Utah State.
Why did I not know Utah was known as the Beehive State? Are there a lot of beehives out there?
I don't know why it's called the Beehive State. I don't
2
feel
and
like
2.
I saw a lot of bees.
You would think that if they're called the Beehive State, there'd be a lot of beehives. Called strike, and that is it. Annis is gone. 2 stranded. Last call for Mount Blue. They trail by 2. It's 5, 6, and 7. Lesso, Walsh, and Durrell in the top of the 7th inning. The score after 6, Skowhegan 3, Mount Blue 1. It's high school baseball on the Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Nope.
All right, Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. Last call for the Mount Blue Cougars. They trail 3-1, and Jackson Quinn trying to throw a complete game. He has been dominant so far. He's given up a run on 4 hits. And that's it. Skowhegan has played errorless baseball. And Nolan Lesso will lead off.
How many what was that streak of retiring?
Well, he was, 10 of 11. Let's go back and take a look here. All right, 9 of 10. Wait a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 of 11. And then he walked a guy last inning. 2 innings ago, then gave up a hit last inning. So he's given up a run on 4 hits. Been very effective. Had great command of all of his pitches. And Lesso will lead it off. Nolan today has an RBI single, and he is grounded back to the pitcher. 3-1 Skowhegan. Jackson Quinn. Senior's first pitch is a called strike, and that's another thing he's done really well today is throw first pitch strikes. Such a big thing. Strike one is so big. 0-1. Here it is. That's a ground ball to second. McMahon to his right, throws to first, and McEwen now at the bag at first, 1 out. So 2 pitches, 1 out. And here is Brody Walsh.
And again, we're lucky enough to see Skowhegan once already this season. Obviously, first time seeing him out blue, so we, for me, more context on the Riverhawks. Just want to reiterate again, is obviously Quinn goes for the complete game. Bellarose and McMahon, we've seen, are both pretty good in that scrimmage. They're still in the bullpen. And then Tibbetts is the second starter, and he was fantastic.
Pitches wide to Walsh. Ball 1. Brody started on the mound. Now is the DH. Fly to center twice. 1 ball, no strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 1-1. On deck is Durrell. Mount Blue needs base runners. 3-1 Skowhegan. Here's the 1-1. Little looper into right center, and ranging over is Tibbetts, and he makes the play. 2 outs. I thought for a minute that might drop in, but no way. Chance Tibbetts ranged over and made the play. 2 outs. And last hope is Hayden Durrell. Durrell today is fly to center and grounded to short on a slow roller. Annis made the play. Low throw to first. Nice pick by Height at the other end.
How about credit to the both? I think both outfields have been very good today. Skowhegan's, I think, has been superb. Their outfield.
Pitch to Durrell is low and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Jackson Height looking for a complete game. The 1-0. Low 2-0. Poisson on deck, hoping to hit.
We're just trying to see, where technically are the bullpens here?
Out of play, out beyond the fences.
Way beyond. I was just curious to see. I doubt it, but
no, there's nobody warming. 3-0. Height, Quinn all of a sudden has lost the plate here. And it's 3-0, and I think Mr. Durrell will be taking. Now he steps out. Quinn back behind the mound, has a little meeting with himself there.
Just throw a strike, man. Just throw a strike. I've done a bunch of it. I can do it.
The 3-0. He does throw a strike, a breaking ball on 3-0, and he curled it in there.
Hey, credit to Darrell. He thought that was a ball, but immediately after the ump call, he said, "Yeah, all right, okay." One of the few times that you see the batter go, "Okay."
At least he didn't throw his bat. The 3-1 is ball 4. Boy, that was close.
It was. How about credit to Darrell? He learned his lesson from you. He's like, "Wait, good, okay, I'm going." Is that
So,
cool?
the tying run now at the plate. Zach Poisson singled, then was thrown out stealing 2-6 and walked last time. So he's been on twice.
Good batter to have.
Needs
up.
to be on now.
Little drama here for the Riverhawks. Especially, again, like you said, Quinn cruised through the first 2 batters.
Sure did. Got those first 2 batters on 3 pitches. McEwen will play behind the runner at first. Breaking ball popped up. That'll go out of play.
Defensive swing there. That one skied up in a hurry.
1 strike on Poisson. Right-handed batting third baseman. The set by Quinn. The 0-1. Breaking ball outside. DeCarolis on deck, the number 9 hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quinn deals. Breaking ball is hit on a hop to Annis, and he can't make the play. And the tying run is on. Annis to his right couldn't make the play. It's a base hit. And the tying run is now at first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And time is called, and we are about to have a father-son conversation here between Garrett Quinn and Jackson Quinn. And it's not like Jackson's been hit hard, because he hasn't given up a walk. That ball was fairly hard hit, but
I mean, I think if you're Quinn, you would have taken the result, right? I thought Annis had a decent shot at that, and I don't think, I'm going to guess, no disrespect to him, I'm going to guess Terrell doesn't run super well going from first to second.
Well, I think the play there would have been to first, though. You wouldn't try to get the force there, I don't think. So, conversation between the Quinns is over. And here is Gage DeCarolis, the second baseman's been called out on strikes and a sacrifice bunt, so he's 0 for 1. Quinn trying to finish it off. Swing and a miss. A little check there, but not nearly enough. Strike 1.
Absolutely fooled him on that one.
0-1 on DeCarolis. Top of the order, Hayden Dipner on deck. The 0-1. Looped foul to the right. And DeCarolis down to his last strike. 0-2. Here's the set. The 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball is fouled off. And DeCarolis remains alive. 0-2.
Ump and catcher both have run out of balls with all the foul balls that's in.
You have to watch how you phrase that now. I always say it's a shortage of baseballs.
That's
Here's
fair.
the set.
That's fair.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. Curveball is fouled off.
Right on cue.
Because I had a umpire a number of years ago say to me after a game, "Don't say I don't have any balls."
No, it's a good
Try to
note.
rephrase.
That's a
So
good
I've
note.
tried to be cognizant of that.
Shortage of baseballs.
A shortage of baseballs. Here's the set. Quinn ready. The 2-strike pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, it's over.
What a comeback just inning or at bat for Quinn there after kind of losing it there for a second.
Yeah, he puts the tying run on, and then he fans DeCarolis to end the inning. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on, and that is it. Final score in this one, Skowhegan Riverhawks 3, Mount Blue Cougars 1. The postgame show and our score player of the game coming up next on Sports Radio 1160 WSKW, The Score.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
For excavation in the greater Skowhegan Waterville area, call PJ Diggs. Septic systems installed, new or replacement. New driveways, foundation holes, full house lots. If it's dirt, they do it all. Need gravel, sand, or crushed aggregate for your project? Call PJ Diggs. They have all the materials you need ready for delivery. Spring is here, and it's time to start digging into your project. For a free quote, call PJ Diggs 431-4299. The Excavation Pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Family and veteran-owned. PJ Diggs, 431-4299.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Enjoy the warmth and style of a Regency gas stove or fireplace from Somerset Stone & Stove. We've got an amazing selection to choose from, with one that will look great in your home. Get your Regency gas stove or fireplace installed at the lowest price. And don't forget, we also offer financing options on all our Regency stoves. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove, 1078 Kennedy Memorial Drive in Oakland. Online at somersetstoneandstove.com.
Do you have itchy, irritated, or burning eyes? You may be experiencing dry eye syndrome. Contact Kennebec Eye Care and let them help find a solution to the problem. When we concentrate on activities like reading, driving, and computers, we blink less, which reduces the amount of tears on the surface of the eye. An exam with Kennebec Eye Care will identify what's causing the issue and how to best treat it. Schedule an appointment today by calling 872-2797. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialists, 216 Main Street in Waterville, and online at KennebecEyeCare.com.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
All righty, Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here post-game at Memorial Field in Skowhegan. The Skowhegan Riverhawks beating the Mount Blue Cougars here today 3-1. Final line scores in this one: Skowhegan 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 9. Mount Blue 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error that is, and they left 5. Winning pitcher Jackson Quinn goes the distance, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. He walked 3 and struck out 5 in getting the victory, and I don't think there's any question about who our score player of the game is. It definitely is Jackson Quinn. He also had a pick off of a runner at first base. He had another guy picked off, but Skowhegan blew up the rundown and didn't get the runner. He just pitched really, really well. He got into a little trouble there in the 7th inning, put a couple of guys on with 2 outs, but finished it off. And Skowhegan is going to ride the backs of their pitchers here this season. They've got some really good ones, led probably by Quinn.
Yeah, I mean, to this point, we saw Quinn go the whole day. You and I saw in, obviously, the scrimmage against Lawrence McMahon, and Bellerose really good. Tibbetts pitched that day, and with 7 innings for high school, I don't think you need a ton more than 2 starters, maybe a swing guy, and then a couple bullpen arms. They've got that, and the thing that to watch, I think, with Skowhegan, we talked about it in the pregame. With both these teams, maybe the bats were starting slower than the pitching was to start the season. One of the things I think it really stands out to me seeing Skowhegan twice now, when someone gets a hit, it seems like it's contagious for them. It takes a second, but once it gets going, the team just sort of feeds off of that.
So they go to 2-1. Mount Blue falls to 1-2 on the season. We're back at it on Saturday. Men's lacrosse, college men's lacrosse, Thomas Mass College of Liberal Arts, 1:30 is Game Time there. We'll have it on the radio, obviously, on AM 1160 WSKW. Live stream the audio and video at 1160thescore.com and our new website, centralmainsports.com. And then we're back at Thomas Sunday for a double dip of softball. Thomas and Northern Vermont University. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I believe, if I remember.
Northern Vermont University at Linden. That's a long name.
It is.
So they'll play a twin bill 1 and 3. So that's when we're with you again over the weekend. Saturday with men's lacrosse, Thomas, Mass College of Liberal Arts, Saturday at 1, and then softball, Thomas and Northern Vermont University at Linden on Sunday at 1 and 3. So that's going to do it for us. For our videographer, Andy Capwell, for AJ Knight, I'm Mike Violet saying so long from Memorial Field in Skowhegan. Final score here today, Skowhegan Riverhawks 3 and the Mount Blue Cougars 1.
This presentation of local high school sports on the place for local sports, The Score, was brought to you by Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, Hammond Lumber Company with 22 locations in Maine and New Hampshire, Kennebec Eye Care, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, and by PJ Diggs. For the best in local sports, keep it right here on 1160 WSKW, The Score, the place for local sports.